Again, look at the law. The law says the first place you consider placing a child is in general education at their local elementary school with their typical peers with appropriate supports. And there's a case called Rachel H., which delineates the things that you look at to determine whether a program is appropriate or a child is appropriate for inclusion. And you look at the benefit to the child, the benefit to the other children. And, one of those things in that case is cost, but that's like the last thing you look at. So if a child, the one thing that I do see is if a child has pretty severe behaviors that are not controlled or not appropriately dealt with in general education classrooms, such that they're interfering with the education of the other children, that's a reason to move the child out of the fully included program. However, there are ways to work on getting the child back to an included program by including the child in the parts of the day that they're not having those behaviors, because not every minute of every day does a child have behaviors. So, like, for example, if there's a lunch event or a recess event or what do they call those, an assembly at school, work your way back to full inclusion, and that is something that I see happen frequently. But what I do see happen also is that a lot of the districts are saying this child's behaviors are totally interfering. The special education or the general education teacher can't handle that child's behaviors. So the question is the child in the class with the appropriate support? Is he or she getting a behavioral intervention plan that's working? Is there a behavior intervention plan at all? Have they done a functional behavioral assessment to determine what's causing the behaviors and what to do about them? So it seems to me that most of the time parents will come to me. There's always things that can be done that haven't been done yet to determine appropriate placement.